Going on, guys? I decided it would be cool to do a tier video with Ascended Heroes just because it's a big set and we're not going to have basically anything for product for the first month. So basically just going to give a rough guess or my opinion on where prices for singles are going to be in the first month of our release. Like I said, we're not really getting anything until we get ETBs in February. So the real release of Ascended Heroes is realistically in February. So we're going to go through the SIRs and the IRs here and kind of just place them in the category. I have $750 plus, $500 plus, $250 plus, $100 plus, and $50 plus. If it's less than $50, I'm not going to rank it. All right. I think the blatantly obvious ones are going to be, I think the blatantly obvious ones are the Charizard gold card and the Dragonite gold card. Bear with me here. This is a little bit of a struggle. They're probably going to be 750 plus, especially the Charizard. I just see it. The gold cards, hard hit rates, popular mons. I just can't see them not being that expensive. We can put Gengar up there. Gengar is going to be incredibly popular. It's a great artwork. I mean, it's Gengar. Let's be real here. Can't go wrong with that. And honestly, I can even see Gengar being over $1,000. The first month, like, we're not going to have crap to open. Singles wise, there's not going to be a whole lot on the market. So, yeah, there's just the demand for Gengar is always high. And the pure lack of supply, I think this card's going to release and go up for a month straight. Surfer Dude, man, and that's not going to be anything. Iris, I think that'll be 50 plus. It's an SIR. Honestly, I think the SIRs are all going to be 100 plus for the first month. Let's just pull some of these out of here. I like that idea. All right. Dragonite, I think it's going to be 500 plus. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Marnie's popular, but the Pokemon's not really popular. I think it's going to be 100 plus. And Zork, I think will be 100 plus. Honestly, it might be closer to 200. I think Ends is going to be the most expensive out of here. Then I want to say it's probably going to be Marnie. Well, we can mess with this later. We'll reorganize it later. Let's see, we got Magnesium, Embor, which probably should have been Typhlosion, Feraligatr. I'm not sure what the hit rates on these special cards are. I mean, the prices on those are definitely going to depend on prices. The Pikachus. Now, I can't tell which one's better. I really like the cartoon pink one. I think he's super cute. I think both of these are going to be 500 plus. Honestly, kind of crazy, but I can see it. I mean, obviously not long term. I don't think either one of them are going to stay 500 plus, but in the first month, yeah. Magnesium, I think, is going to stay at 50. I think Feraligatr will be 100 plus. Honestly, I think Iris would be behind that. And I think I'm biased. I think Embor's better than Magnemian, however you pronounce his name. I want to say Embor might be 100 too, but we'll mess with that again. Dustox, like none of these I think are really going to be above 50. Psyduck will be. Psyduck will probably be number one on that. Sneasel, that is such a sick art. Iono, maybe barely 50. What else? Oh, definitely Cynthia's what? Definitely Cynthia's Spirit Tomb. I think she's probably going to be a little bit over that. Team Rocket's Mimikyu, I want to say is going to be over 100. What else? That definitely Zekrom. Zekrom might, let's see, is Zekrom a illustration rare or is that an SIR? That's the real question. If that's an illustration rare, I think it's capped at price, but if that's an SIR, I'm not sure. I can't remember if Zekrom's an SIR or an IR. However, that would definitely affect where I place it. I think I'm gonna leave it in the $50 range, and I think I'm gonna put it behind Cynthia. There's a lot of really cool artworks in here. I'm not gonna lie. Like even the dust stocks is really, really cool. The Star Raptor over in the corner, that's sick. Let's see, the Gengar Void Gale. Again, I don't remember what the hit rates on these are. If it's harder to hit, I'm gonna say it's 250. The Dragonite I'm gonna say is gonna be 100. Yeah, I really don't think they're gonna be that hard to hit. Really? Like, yeah, I don't think those are gonna be super hard. I'm gonna put the Gengar at 100 plus. No, we're talking the first month. Gengar's gonna be 250. Dragonite's gonna be 100 plus. I don't think the rest of them really are that expensive. Maybe Lucario at 50 plus. Gardevoir at 50 plus. I really think for those, I think that's probably it that's going to be that expensive. Let's see here. Metagross. I think that'll be 100 plus too. Just because maybe I'm biased. I think he's super badass. Frostlass is going to be 100 plus or 50 plus. This is for the first month. Lily's Clarify. Honestly, I could see that being 250 plus. Wasn't the Journey Together one over 250? Let's see. Surfer Dude, nah. Pheasantipity, I don't think so. Well, I could see Pheasantipity being 50 plus. The Mewtwo, honestly, I kind of feel like that's either going to be 250 plus or 500 plus. That's a tough one. And the rest, even that Staraptor is super sick. Uh, I really think that's probably it. Maybe that's going to be right on the cusp, like maybe $40 to Scrafty. What's that? Another Iono's Belly Bolt. I think I don't know. I don't think that's popular enough to make it. Iono's popular, but let's see here. What else do we have that could be 50 plus? Deontay, maybe. And again, these like the attack rares, I think that's what they're called. It would really determine what their pull rates are, and I don't have any idea what they are in English. Because if they're harder to hit, all of them would probably be 50 plus. But if they're not that hard to hit, then the only one that's going to be 50 plus is going to be probably Gengar, and I have him at 250 right now in the first month. So, all right, let's go. And oh, you know what I'm missing? Doug Trio is going to be a $50 card. You heard it here. All right, let's go back to our list. 750 plus Gold Charizards and Gengar. I honestly think Gold Charizard and Dragonite, my bad. And Gengar, I think Gengar is going to be more expensive than both of them, to be fair. I think the Pikachus are going to be, no. Yeah, I think the pink Pikachu is going to be the most expensive. That's wild to think. I think this Mewtwo is going to be the more expensive out of all of them. Wow. Let's see here. I like this list. I almost want to drop this one down to, well, it's not letting me move it. There we go. I lied. I want to drop it to here because this, again, pull rates. I don't know the pull rates on those. I want to say I'm kind of satisfied with this one. Maybe move this one up to here. This is an SIR, the Feraligatr. Mimikyu's only an illustration rare. Illustration rares aren't that hard to hit in Mega. That's the issue. I think I'll move this one around. And I think I'm satisfied with that. I think Marnie's going to carry this card. And I think that card's going to end up tanking really bad. All right. Let's come down a little bit. So our 50 plus, I think Magnesium's too high. I'm not going to put him last, obviously. Serendipity is a beautiful girl card for sure. Let's see, this is an SIR. I'm going to put you closer to the front. I think Cynthia's Spiritomb is going to be pretty high in the 50 plus range. Honestly, that might be 100 plus too. I'm going to bump that to 100 plus. I'm going to put that in front of the Dragonite too. Psyduck, Zekrom, Emboar, Frostlass, Ionos. What's that? Kilowattrel. I'm not too sad with it. This might be above that just because it's an SIR. Obviously, I don't think long term these cards are going to stay this expensive, as we have a full year-long release window just like Prismatic, and I'm sure they'll reprint it for the whole life cycle just like Prismatic. So I'd assume a lot of these come crashing down to earth, especially Pikachu's. Like we saw with the booty cheeks Pikachu, like that crashed down to earth from like 550 down to 2 something. So I could definitely see these crashing down. I could see the Mewtwo going up or down, honestly. Willie's, I think, will end up dropping around $100. I think the Gengar ends up around 500. Yeah, like I see a lot of these move dropping in price long term, but for the first month, this is just what we're looking at. Maybe after we get ETBs, we'll like check back into this list in like 2 months and see where we end up, just to see how wrong I was. It's kind of fun sometimes just to kind of have fun with stuff like this. So I'm gonna take a quick picture of this for me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think first month we'll end up somewhere around there. Yeah. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you agree with, disagree. Do you think all these cards I have not listed are under $50? Do you think I should change anything in the list? Let me know in the comments below. Something underrated that I'm not seeing, just let me know. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.